What's up guys, Full FIFA here back again with another video, and today we will be looking at the marquee matchup predictions for January 7th. So I'll put them up on the screen right now if you guys don't want to sit through the whole video. But as always, buy the common golds for 350 coins and buy the gold rares for 650, so there is zero risk in investing almost. So you guys don't lose a ton of coins if they don't come up with these teams. Again, these teams are predictions, so they're not 100% guaranteed, but these are pretty close to what they might release. And let's get into the first team. So the first team we got here is Sevilla. It'll be Sevilla versus Real Sociedad. Again, this is a derby. It is happening on the weekend, so if we do look at the gold rares, the main ones that I have gone with is Suso and Munier. Those are the two best options. If you can find this right wing under for like 650 on bid, if there's pack supply, if there's anything that a pack supply SBC, that's a tradable pack supply SBC, and which floods the market with obviously rares, there might be a really good option to buy this card, because again, for 700 coins, he's an 82 rated card. If they do come up with a little bit higher rating for this, he'll be a little bit more expensive than that right wing, obviously. And then that right wing was my main option from this league, and Munier, which is also a striker, so strikers are required in almost every SBC. And if we do look at the commons for this team, you got two commons. These are my main two choices, was this striker and this right mid that I've been picking up for 350 coins. I was able to get these pretty easily for 350 coins because again, today was squad battle rewards, so I did go ahead and pick these up. So the striker is my main option for this. He is pretty high rated as well because he's 78 rated. And strikers again are required in all SBCs that do come out for marquee matchups. I don't remember the last time they didn't require a striker. And if we go to Real Sociedad, with these they have a couple of common golds which are in that 350 coin price range, which is obviously this left wing. I would buy this guy for 300 coins though, not 350. So he is low rated, but there's absolutely zero risk on this card, buying this card for 300 coins, because he does discard for 300 coins. And the CDM was my main option, and Yanazai, the right winger, was also my main option for 350 coins. So if we do look at the gold rares, they do have a couple. I've been picking up Conklin. He does sell for a little bit more right now than he's supposed to, but I've been still picking him up on bid for 650, and I've already sold a couple off for 800 coins just to make some coins here and there. But my main option would be this Monreal, this William Jose, and Marino at CM, because you're able to pick these guys up for 650 coins all day long, and it's a really good investment on these cards. Again, they discard for, I believe, like not even 10 coins below what they're what you're gonna buy them for 650 coins. So the next teams we got is RB Leipzig versus Borussia Dortmund. So if we go to RB Leipzig, these guys are pretty pricey still because the Bundesliga SBC is out. It's really hard to pick these cards up for actually 700, even 650 coins. It's pretty hard to pick these cards up. But again, this left back, you guys can pick up on bid for around 800 coins. I haven't gone like super crazy. Only this striker I was able to get for 650. So I've been going with this striker so far. I've picked up this left back as well for 700 coins. I picked up a couple. Again, with squad battle rewards out, it's pretty easy to do so. If you look at the commons, they don't have too many commons, and they do sell for quite a bit, so I haven't picked up any commons from this team. And then we got Borussia Dortmund, who they'll be playing on, I believe it is Saturday, they'll be playing. And we got a couple of commons from these guys, but it's a goalkeeper. I tend to stay away from goalkeepers because sometimes most of the time actually they don't rise as much as the outfield players do. So I have picked up a couple of this guy, the CM, and he is like the only viable option pretty much from this team that I was able to get at that price range of like 350 to 400 coins. For the rares, you guys can go through and pick up Chan for like a K, but again, that is a pretty that's way above his discard value, so I tend to stay away from that. So I recommend just picking up that common CM. And again, if these guys do get into the SBC, they are going to be really expensive. I feel like if they do require a player from this team, because they're already up in price due to the League SBC out. And the other teams we got is Aberdeen versus Rangers from the Scottish Premier League. So again, this is a pretty big matchup between these two teams. And this is kind of a wild card one I just threw in there. And these guys don't tend to have many gold players, so I've been picking up these silvers for like 150 coins. I've only picked up a couple, around like 5 or 6. Just in case they do require something like that. Try to go with the center backs, because if they do require this league, the center backs do tend to rise, especially if they don't require players from Pacific teams. Even though they require like 2 players from this league, center backs do tend to rise, so try and grab those center backs for 150 coins each, the silver ones. And then if we go with the Rangers do have some gold players, but obviously it's just this striker, and then 600 coins for him is a viable option again, because he does discard for 600 coins. So I've picked up like 3 or 4 of him. Picked up a couple of these cards again, the center backs for 150 coins. I picked up a couple of this guy actually for 150 coins. So on to the next teams, we got Serie A and Inter Milan versus Roma. So if we hop on over to Inter Milan, let's check Roma first actually. So gold commons, they do have a lot of commons. Again, they might be a little bit high in price due to the League SBC, but you guys can again pick these up for 350 coins. I've been going with this Pastore, and I've been also going with this striker, which is pretty easy to pick up on 350 to 400 coins. So if we do look at the rares from here, they do have a lot of rares. Pretty easy to pick these cards up as well, especially the CDM. I was picking them up all day long for 650 coins, along with Smalling. Smalling's gone up a little bit in price due to the English requirement on the icon swaps. So you guys might want to just pick up this French CDM from them. And then if we go to Inter Milan, I think I did pass by it earlier. So obviously these guys have a ton of rare players that you guys can pick up all day long. For 650 coins, I would go with this Sanchez. I would go with this CDM is the main one that I've been picking up. And Sanchez is a viable option if you guys are able to get him for 650 coins. Even Barella, you guys are this card's pretty easy to pick up for 650 coins as well. So if you do look at the non-rares, so the non-rares I like to go with, because again, like there's a big price difference between these cards. It's almost double for what you're going to be paying for the rares, so they tend to rise a little bit less. So again, I would go with the non-rares. I would go with the CDM. I would go with this Ashley Young. Those are the main 2 I've been sticking with. Again, Ashley Young has gone up in price now due to the English requirement on the icon swaps, but this Gagliardini is a very viable option right now, and this is the main card that I'll be picking up from this club. With the wild cards, we do have the Ligue 1, which is Lyon versus Rennes. So if we hop on over to Lyon, these guys do have a lot of commons and they got a lot of rares. So again, with this commons, I've been picking up from this team because again, this is a wild card. I've been picking up this CM for 300 coins because there's absolutely 0 risk in this card. There's no risk at all. Obviously, that was a lazy bar that I just bought that card. But you guys can pick this guy up for 300 coins all day long. Even this right wing for 300 coins is a very good option because again, this is not like 100%. This isn't a very big game, but it could be in the marquee matchups. So then if we do, I would say only go with the commons for absolute discard for these wild card teams. That's what I tend to do. Again, with this team, 350 coins for most of these cards is pretty easy to go with, and they're pretty easy to pick up. I believe there was no 300 coin cards from this team. So 350 coins for the highest rate you can possibly get was this CM. Just pick him up for 350. Don't pick up too many, pick up a couple. And then the last wild card we have, I'll have a bonus team in the end. This one is just like off the top of my head. This one might get into it, but there's even less chance of those teams being in this marquee matchup. So again, go to Ajax. It's Ajax versus PSV. Another decently big game, but not super big. Doesn't know. And then again, there's this CF, which is 300 coins. So I tended to pick him up as well because again, he discards for 300 coins. So you're picking up for 300, so there's 0 risk in that. You guys can pick up a couple of these cards for 350 coins. I wouldn't go crazy on these. And again, these are just predictions, so these cards might not get in there. And it was a pretty hard week this week, honestly, to predict these. So PSV do have a lot of easy 300 coin players. Again, the CDM, this CDM, there's even Van Ginkel. And there's a couple of these cards that are super easy to pick up for 300 coins. Just put a couple in your club just in case they do require them, and they do require certain players from those teams. Try to pick them up from the nation that the league is from, especially with these guys, because sometimes they require like Netherlands players and stuff like that. That tends to raise the price of those cards higher than the normal gold cards. And the one that was just like some random bonus one that I'm just going to throw in here is Arsenal versus Spurs. It's a big derby, but I feel like this one won't get in just because there's so many games going on. You can pick up this Ozil for 700 coins. He's an 82 rated card. Don't go crazy on these cards. Only, again, pick up a couple because, again, this is another wild card pick. So 350 coins, 300 coins. Just see what you can get for 350 coins. Don't pay above that. And then if we do go to Spurs, try to keep your budget at like 350 coins, especially for the wild cards. So if we go through here, you can pick up a couple of these cards. This goalkeeper might be fine just in case they're required, because you're not going to go crazy. Pick up like one or two of these cards. So if you guys enjoyed, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe. And if you guys haven't checked out my bronze pack to glory series, it is right now live on the channel. It was my first episode on that. Second episode will be coming out tomorrow, and we did make a lot of profit already off of that, which was pretty surprising. And I just wanted to just that question on there again, which was, do we get to keep the cards and do the SBCs for that series, or do we just only sell everything and just like only coins? Let me know about that down in the comments below. And thank you guys for watching, and remember to leave a like and subscribe. Peace.